Coming up on Mountain News this morning, people from across the region gather in Prestonsburg to celebrate the ones who have encouraged growth in eastern Kentucky. And a local community and technical college prepares to host an event to help students afford the cost of seeking higher education.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. It's Monday. It's 5:34. I'm Dakota Makris. I'm back for a little bit. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at that forecast. And Brandon, yesterday I was kind of upset with the weather because I texted you.
Join the club.
I said, is it going to rain? You said scattered chances, and you were right. It did rain where I was, but it was cold. But it felt good at the same time. I know that might sound weird, but.
Well, here's the thing. If it was not, the wind wasn't blowing, then yeah, it was fine. Yeah. But when the wind started to blow, it was really chilly outside yesterday. So again, that's going to be the case again today. And that wind could gust a little higher at times this afternoon. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Now, we are tracking a little bit of shower activity up to our north, but of course, our Moorhead camera not seeing that this morning. And we're seeing, again, temperatures up there still in the upper 40s. The road looks dry there on I-64 near Moorhead. So again, not too bad out there this morning. Temperatures 30s, 40s, and 50s. Only 130 and only 150. 37 Wise, 50 Monticello, mid to upper 40s. The name of the game for most folks as you head out the door this morning. State and region wide, about the same. Mid to upper 40s, some low 50s out there at Owensboro and Louisville this morning. Approaching 50 in Paducah, Bowling Green, and Nashville this morning. Now, as you head deeper into the day, we're going to see the First Alert Weather app give us some chances for some scattered showers, cloudy skies for the most part, and those winds are really going to start to crank this afternoon. We have a wind advisory in effect from 3 to 9 for basically our northern counties along the I-64 Mountain Parkway corridor. We'll talk more about that here in a little bit. Coming up. Dakota.
All right, Brendan, thank you. People from all walks of life gathered at the Mountain Arts Center on Saturday to celebrate those who have spearheaded growth across eastern Kentucky. Our Jordan Mullins has more about the SOAR Gala and how the event recognized leaders across central Appalachia.
On Saturday, Shaping Our Appalachian Region, or SOAR, hosted its first ever SOAR Gala, celebrating and recognizing folks in several areas of economic growth.
Connectivity, small business and entrepreneurship, innovation, healthy communities, tourism. And so the awards are really built around these pillars to recognize organizations, individuals.
Eric Hubbard, the executive director of Backroads of Appalachia, says it is great celebrating the hardworking spirit of the mountains.
We're a motorsport tourism committee and communities bringing in and creating the economic change that it has. It's a true honor to be the blue-collar mentality of doing the work, not just talking about it, and bringing it into a region.
Tiffany Kraft, mayor of the city of Whitesburg, says sharing the City of the Year award with the nearby city of Jenkins is an honor, and the progress the towns have made since last July's floods is nothing short of a miracle.
I knew that we would come back from the flooding, and I knew everything would be back to normal eventually, but to be where we are this fast and to be standing here winning this award is very humbling. I'm so honored.
And although there is plenty of work to be done,
we'll worry about all that work to be done tomorrow, right? Today's about celebrating the wins and really kind of coming together as a region and saying, each day if we're getting 6 inches better and a little bit over time, we can't forget that.
Folks are still celebrating the growth and prosperity seen throughout the region. In Prestonsburg, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, you can find a list of this year's SOAR East Kentucky Award winners on WYMT.com. Each year, those with Magoffin County Special Olympics fundraise to send their athletes to the state competition free of charge. But thanks to the kindness of one Magoffin County teen, they have the means to do that and more. With the help of her grandmother, 17-year-old Bella Dunn held a fundraising event last week for Magoffin County Special Olympics, selling hot dogs and ice cream sundaes to raise more than $1,100 for the program.
Knowing that I have impacted them and, relieved their families from all this extra money, it really touches my heart. I mean, I know how it is, not being able to just pick up a bunch of money all at once and go and travel to a state competition. So knowing that I helped them, I mean, it's crazy to think about, and it really touches my heart.
Well, the funds raised by Dunn will help to cover travel and lodging expenses for the athletes going to the state competition and to help the team get new uniforms and shoes. Hazard Community and Technical College will be hosting its first golf scramble in more than 1 decade to help students with expenses. The event will be held at the Hazard Country Club. There will be prizes for first and second place winners. Registration costs are $75 for an individual player and $300 for a 4-player team. The scramble will be on Saturday, May 13th. Registration will be at 8 a.m. and tea time is at 9. A local business celebrated Independent Bookstore Day on Saturday. The Red Spot in Newton Hazard has been in business for 3 years, starting a few months before the COVID-19 pandemic. Owner Mandy Scheffel says while outside circumstances have made growing her bookstore harder, the reward of seeing local writers and readers together has outweighed it.
I think this and the store's anniversary are both opportunities for me to celebrate it and to give back to customers, because I feel like my customer base is the whole reason why I'm able to stay here and stay open. And so any opportunity that I have to give back to them, I try to take advantage of that, and days like these are a perfect time to celebrate.
Well, she's hosted local authors for book signings as well. A majority of the bookstore is filled with Appalachia-based books. The Kentucky Derby Festival's oldest event, the Pegasus Parade, was held yesterday. This year's theme was celebrating Derby traditions. Since the 1980s, Peggy, a giant inflatable Pegasus balloon, has led the parade. Now she is retired and a new balloon has taken her place, rather. This one doesn't have a name yet. And the Kentucky Derby is 1 week away, but during the weekend, there were some other 4-legged racers. Club K9 held its 2nd annual Doggy Derby event. Pet owners pitted their fastest pups against one another in a grand doggy dash. And there was also a hat contest for both people and dogs, along with pet CPR classes. One dog owner said it's bigger the second time around.
There's a lot of dogs here, a lot of more regulars that we see all the time that we're here. There's a lot of new ones as well, which is exciting because they get to have the experience. But it definitely has drawn a bigger crowd than we see on an average day.
Well, she says her dog was one of the winners last year, and while he didn't place this year, she said he had just as much fun. And you can show appreciation to Mom on Mother's Day with a gift that won't cost a penny, thanks to this national retailer. As a thank you to all the mothers in our lives, Lowe's is having its annual Mother's Day flower giveaway. You can register at its website to claim a free 1-pint flower. The offer ends on May 12th or while supplies last. Just ahead this morning, Meta decides to pull the plug on one of Facebook's original shows, forcing the host to look for a new network.
And new month, but same cooler forecast. We've been below average with temperatures for more than a week, and that trend looks to continue. I'll have the latest in about 3 minutes.